Antonina Makarova is a woman who became an executioner for many Soviet partisans during the war and received the nickname Machine Gunner for this. Antonina Makarova was born in the USSR, in a small village in 1920. After graduating from school, Antonina went to study at a technical school, intending to become a doctor. When the war began, the girl was 21 years old. Inspired by Soviet films, Antonina went to the front to beat the enemies. In 1941, Antonina Makarova managed to escape after the catastrophic defeat of the Soviet army near Moscow. For several days she hid in the woods. Then she was captured by the Nazis. With the help of Private Nikolai Fedchuk, she managed to escape. Wandering through the forest began again, which had a bad effect on Antonina's psychological state. After a few months of such a life, the woman found herself in the Lokot Republic. After living with a local peasant woman for some time, Antonina noticed that Soviet citizens who collaborated with the Germans live well here. After that, she went to work for the Nazis. Later, at the trial, Antonina Makarova explained this act by the desire to survive. At first, she served in the auxiliary police and beat prisoners. The police chief, appreciating her efforts, ordered Antonina Makarova to be given a machine gun. From that moment on, she was officially appointed executioner. The Germans thought it would be much better if a Soviet girl would shoot the partisans. And you don't need to get your hands dirty yourself, and it demoralizes the enemy. To make the first shot, Antonina had to drink a lot of alcohol. Tonka the machine gunner carried out all the other executions on a sober head. Later, at the trial, she explained that she did not treat those she shot as ordinary people. They were strangers to her, and therefore they were not pitied. Antonina Makarova worked with rare cynicism. She always personally checked whether the work was done qualitatively. In case of a miss, she was sure to finish off the wounded. After the war, the machine gunner said that she never regretted what she had done. She did not feel any remorse, which indicates a psychopathic personality type. Antonina Makarova worked extremely hard. She executed about 1,500 people. For each executed machine gunner received 30 German Reichsmarks. In addition, Antonina Makarova provided intimate services to German soldiers. By 1943, she had to be treated for many venereal diseases in the German rear. It was at this time that the Lokot Republic came under the control of Soviet soldiers. After that, Antonina Makarova began to hide from both the Russians and the Germans. She stole a military ID and posed as a nurse. At the end of the war, according to this military ticket, she worked as a nurse in one of the hospitals for Soviet soldiers. There she met Private Viktor Ginsburg and soon became his wife. After the war, they settled in the Belarusian city of Lepo. Antonina gave birth to 2 daughters and began working as a quality controller at a garment factory. She was extremely reserved. She never drank, probably for fear of blabbing about her past. For a long time, no one guessed about him. Security agencies have been looking for Antonina Makarova for 30 years. It was only in 1976 that they were able to get on her trail. And in 1978, she was found and identified. Several witnesses confirmed the identity of Antonina Makarova, who was already Antonina Ginsburg at that time. During the arrest and trial, she behaved surprisingly coolly. The machine gunner could not understand why they wanted to punish her. She considered her actions in wartime quite logical. Antonina's husband did not know why his wife was arrested. When the investigators told the man the truth, he took the children and left the city forever. It is not known where he began to live afterwards. At the end of November 1978, the court sentenced Antonina Ginsburg to death. She took the verdict calmly. Later she wrote several petitions for clemency. On August 11, 1979, Antonina Makarova was executed. Thanks for watching. Friends, subscribe to my channel and like this video.